Hello folks, welcome to Lester's. Got one of President's new Washington 10 and 12 meter radios here. Wanted to open it up and show you guys all the features and how well this thing performs. Also show you what it's made of. So give me a chance to get it out of the box and we'll get started. More to come. Okay, this is what comes in the box. You actually get 3 owner's manuals. One's in English and one's in Spanish, and I believe that one's in French. Wouldn't say for sure, but I think it is. Okay, and of course here's your accessories. Looks like the power cord, microphone, mounting bracket, and the mounting hardware. And of course you get the President sticker, and there's the radio. Alright, let me get it out of the box here and we'll take a look. More to come. Okay, there it is. Man, that's a good looking radio. I love the way these new Presidents look. Classic styling. I'm not sure how many of you remember the President HR 2510 and the President Lincoln, but that's what these remind me of. An updated version of those. I know a lot of you don't even know what I'm talking about, but it was a radio that came out in the 80s by President, and they were really, really good radios. And President has been really good about keeping the quality of their equipment at the top. The quality of the manufacturing of these radios is outstanding. I love the President radios. The Lincoln was perfect, except for one thing. I wish it would have had more power, and it looks like this one comes with more power because it advertises 80 watts plus. Alright, let me get the power hooked up to it. Let's power it up and check it out. More to come. I wanted to show you guys something. Right now I don't have any of the noise filtering turned on. I wanted you to see this. See if I can do it with my left hand. I'm going to punch the NRC button. See that button right there? Now listen to this. Isn't that amazing? Now I'm going to hit the noise blinker. I tell you, I like these new digital filtering circuits they're putting in these radios. That I could listen to that. That's not, and the volume's halfway up. Okay? About right there is where you're going to keep the volume normally. But all of that noise is coming from these LED lights. I've put filtering on them, and that helped a little bit, but they're still really noisy. Alright, I want to show you the menu here in a second. It's pretty intense. More to come. Okay, the menu. Alright, oh, I was going to show you what it does when I turn on the noise blinker by itself. See, I've got the NRC's turned off. Now I'm just going to turn on the noise blinker. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And if I turn on the noise reduction circuit, cleans it up even more. It'll make it really easy to listen to. Okay. On the menu, turn that down. what you do, you press and hold the channel knob in. Okay? And of course it beeps. But you have, well, let me get back to the beginning of things. I think the first thing that comes up is color. I've already been in here checking it out. Yep, that's the first thing right there. Color. Okay. If you want to check, I didn't do anything in time. Press it and hold it. Okay. And you can change this. It comes orange out of the box. Okay. But if I want to change it, then I press the channel knob again. And it lets me change the color. I'm just cycling through the colors to show you the different colors here. And the camera on my viewer doesn't look like it's doing it or matching the color exactly. Okay. I would either prefer green or cyan. One color that they did not include, which I think they should have, is red. I think red would be a good color for this radio. But just hit the channel button, push it in again to save your choice. The next thing is the dimmer. Okay. You can basically turn it off, make it as bright as you want it. All the way up to 9. Okay. Next thing is tone. Now I like my tone set really low, so it would stay on 0, 0. I don't go negative on the tone. That's too bassy. Sometimes it makes it hard to understand people. And again, if you don't do anything real soon, it backs out of the menu for you. Okay. Key beep. I hate this. Guess what? I'm going to change it because it's really loud. You can't hear it that well now because I've got it sitting on the speaker. Let me raise it up so you can hear it. See, that's very annoying to me. That's 28305. You know, I hate that. Okay, so you press the channel knob, hold it in, and where it says key beep, just turn the channel selector, and you can turn the key beep off. Okay, which I just did. Oh, didn't show you. Okay, key beep is now off. And let me set this up here. Get the radio too close, then you don't get everything on the camera. Okay. Back in again to the menu. Key beep is off. Roger beep. Right now the Roger beep is off, but you have several choices of Roger beep. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I think you can program some more in there if you want to in the computer menu by hooking it up to a PC. Okay, I'm going to leave that off. Okay, the indicator says frequency. That's that indicator down at the bottom. Other choices that you have, I'm not sure what SWR, that's what that is. I believe that's transmit timeout, and then back to frequency. I like to see what frequency I'm on, so I'll leave it there. There's your DC and temp. It's DC power. Scan mode is scan by channel, or you can scan by, well, I need to go back and read the book on that. I forgot what NE stands for. Most people are going to keep it on channel anyway. Okay. Scan type 59. That means squelch. That's supposed to be an SQ. Okay. Squelch type scan. See what I mean about this thing timing out? It times out too quick. Okay. Scan skip is off. You can have it skip specific channels using scan skip. PA setting. Now your microphone. These things, well, not these in particular, I'm not positive about these, but I know that the George FCC sounds really good with an astatic Red Devil microphone. To change that to a dynamic microphone, you can do that in the menu. It's either dynamic or electric. Okay, the little microphone that comes with it is electric and sounds really good. But I've heard them with those. I've heard the President George with the red astatic Road Devil or Red Devil. I think it's Road Devil. But anyway, it's the red astatic microphone. They sound awesome with that microphone on there. Okay. SWR auto. That cuts your SWR off if if it goes too high. Okay, now the NE under scan settings means scanning the memory channels. Okay. NRC setting means that you can dial this up. Sorry. Let's go to receive. You can dial the NRC up to 5. Okay. And of course, the higher you make it, the less chance you're going to hear very weak signals. Just keep that in mind. Okay. The next thing ID. Now this is for CTCSS or DCS codes, okay, or tones. All right, right now this one is set to off. Receive and transmit CTCSS is off. Normally, you'll set the transmit CTCSS code. Boy, that thing doesn't stay on the menu very long. I don't like that. Alrighty, emergency channel settings. Now you can change this. Okay, that's the EMG1, and then it allows you to change it to whatever channel you want to. Okay, and EMG1 is not channel 9 in the CB band. It's going to be channel 9 on whatever ham band you're on. Okay. Now, see this little indicator down here on the right? That's 1, 2. And you see it switches to channel 19 like it was on 11 meters, but it's not. So you can change this to whatever channel the frequency, ham frequency on 10 meters is that you want to go to when you select that button, this button right here. Okay. Come on. Alright, split. Now this, of course, this is for hitting repeaters. You can split the transmit and receive frequency. Okay. And just wasn't quite fast enough to explain that. Span setting. That means that you can set it, the span, to where that when you hit the the span button and you turn the dial, how much it changes. Okay. In other words, you can go all the way down, I believe it is, to 1 kilohertz steps. Let me check the book here real quick. I'm sure it's already, yep, it's already went back to the channel. Sorry about that. Span setting. That's not the one we're after. When the function is active, the frequency can be adjusted continuously. Pressing the push knob 4 displays a bar under the first or second decimal of the frequency. The channel rotary knob no longer acts as the channel, but executes a jump frequency. Alright, let me show you what they mean by that. Okay, span setting. Let's turn it on. Okay. Wait for that to clear. Oh, any other time it would already be back on the channel. But see your frequency right here? There's nothing underneath it right now. If I press the channel knob, see that digit blink? That means the channel knob now changes that digit. So if you want to get to the 0, it's real easy to do. You hit the span button to the second one, go down to the 0. Okay? Go up to the 0. Alright? Okay. Guess you hit it again. Nope. Now then you're back in the channel mode. Anyway, it's a pretty neat function. Of course, your clarifier is going to give you a lot of room too to move around. I'm going to turn that back off. Okay. Now, the next thing, call set. Set the frequency of the call tone, setting the call tone frequency. That's what it does. Message. According to this, it says the function can be used to record a message of up to 30 seconds, which can then be transmitted using the call function. So I guess you could record your call sign in there, and then when you use the call function, you can transmit your call sign without having to actually say it over the microphone. Now, automatic relay. This function turns your President Washington into an automatic relay point for like repeaters. Once set up, the radio will automatically transmit the message received on the receiver reception channel to the transmit channel. The duration of the message is limited to 5 minutes. When the function is active, your radio is locked. To unlock it, see the lock function on page 10. Okay. Band name. You can change the band names on these if you want to. Volume accessory. This function Allows you to control the volume of the unit. And an accessory plugged in onto the 6-pin plug. Accessory available soon, it says, so that's not available yet. SWR protection. Set the SWR level protection. In other words, when do you want the radio to stop transmitting? Say something happens to your coax cable, it gets shorted out, your SWR shoots up to like 10 to 1. You don't want to be transmitting on that. So you can set that level in that portion of the menu. Okay, right now it's set to 3.0. If the SWR goes over 3.0, the radio won't transmit. Okay. Voltage protection, if it goes over 16 volts, the radio shuts down. It protects itself. Okay, power limitation is off. Power limitation, what it does, when power amplifier is used, this function limits the output power of your radio. In other words, if you want to run an amplifier behind this radio, you turn that on and it cuts the power way down. Okay. Zero through 4. And I assume that's wattage. Okay. I'll turn it back off. Alright, next thing, echo level. You got the level you can set, and you've also got the delay you can set on the echo. If you, of course, now you ain't gonna want to run echo on the ham bands, but this radio does have talkback and echo. Alright, it's that little button right there. Yeah, right there. Ah, wow, that's just so annoying. Okay, temp set. Selects the temperature. Selects the unit of temperature measurement. So, Fahrenheit and Celsius, or it looks like it's set for Celsius now. Oh, temp protection. Okay, 50 degrees Celsius. Let's change that to Fahrenheit. Okay. So now, it's still saying Celsius. Okay, so 20 to 80. Alright, I've got the temp set to Fahrenheit. You saw it was still measuring in Celsius. So that's a little quirk that they need to fix. See that right there? Unless I'm misunderstanding that. Let me look here real quick. But it doesn't really explain it very well. It says it selects the unit of temperature measurement, but it shows either a C or F, which I am assuming is Celsius or Fahrenheit. Yeah, okay. C to give the temperature in Celsius. F to give the temperature in Fahrenheit. Default is Celsius. I think it was 51 Celsius. I'm going to leave it there. The default is Celsius, but I guess when it displays it on the front display, it will display it in Fahrenheit, but you set it in Celsius, it looks like. Temperature protection is what it's for. If the radio gets too hot, it won't transmit. Okay, reset. What the reset function does is allows you to erase the memory of the scan skip and restore the name of the bands or all the factory settings. That was pretty straightforward. Okay, there we're back to color. Alright. Let's put this thing up, see what kind of power outage we get. Check the performance of it. Alright, more to come. Alrighty. Got a 100 watt slug in peak envelope power, a 100 watt slug in RMS. Okay. I am on 28305. I am transmitting into a dummy load. I'm on upper sideband. Okay, and I've not made any adjustments to the radio. It's right out of the box. That might help if I switch over to the external. Hello, hello, hello. Audio. Now that's impressive. Audio. Put that on ×2. So now that meter is reading where it says 100, that's 200. Where it says 40, that's 80. 20, well, you get the idea. Hello, audio. Audio 1 2 1 2 audio. Audio hello. Hello audio. Well, it said 80 plus. I think 120. That pretty much covers it. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Audio test. Test audio. Audio 1 2. See, I'm going to have to edit this video a lot. Gotta get you where you can see the radio while I'm talking on it. I'll probably cut all of that out. Alright. That was upper sideband, power all the way up. You saw that it does about 120 watts. Okay, I'm going to change modes to FM. Actually, AM. We'll do AM first. We're dead keying about 10, 12, 14, about 16 watts on AM. Audio, hello, hello, audio, audio 1 2, and it swings all the way up to 120. Okay, now let's see what we do on FM. FM,
We're dead keying about 40 watts. Now I see the voltage dropping on the display on the radio, but the voltage is not dropping on the power supply. I'm looking at the power supply now. And this is good 12 gauge cable, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I think that meter may not be reading correctly. And there we are back on sideband again. Hello, 1 2 1 2 audio 1 2 3 3 2 1 audio test. What else can I tell you? I mean, I like the radio. The radio performs extremely well. Haven't made any contacts with this one yet. But I intend to put it on 10 meters and see what I can come up with right here shortly. More to come. Okay, now on an external antenna. Notice it changes in 5 kilohertz steps, which is nice. Something just eating me up with noise. Band is super quiet today. I guess everybody's still at work. They're just getting off and having a beer or something. Well, I guess we're not going to be able to show that. So, let me take the covers off of it. Let's see what this thing is made of. More to come. Okay, here we are on the inside of the radio. Pretty impressive. They're getting that kind of power out with IRF 520s. All of the finals, the driver 1, driver 2, and the 2 finals are all IRF 520s, which surprised me after I saw the output power. Okay, but I like the way that they did the fan connections. Now, these radios are set up so that you can install cooling fans on the back. You see they've already got the heat sink drilled and tapped. If I can hold it still for you. And then right here on the top, okay, that's where you can run the fan wires through. It's pretty neat the way they've got that set up. Handy. If you do a lot of jawing, you're probably going to want to install the fans, and of course I have those fans in stock. that can be added on there. Okay. I love the chassis of these radios. It's good and thick. I'm not sure what this metal is, but it doesn't seem to be brittle. It won't break that easy. Got room for a bigger AM regulator. Okay, finally we got room for that. They moved some of the heatsink things out of the way instead of having to cut them out of the way. So if you want to install a Max Mod, I can put a Max Mod in these. Okay. I'm not absolutely sure what that board is. I'll have to, when I get a hold of the schematic, I'll have to figure out what that board is. And again, this kind of stuff reminds me of the old President, HR 2510, and the President Lincoln. I'm surprised they didn't call this one a Lincoln, to be honest with you. But I like the way these radios are built. Now I know they're all surface mount, and we all hate surface mount. But dang, the quality is excellent. I don't see parts standing on their end or crooked or anything like that. They're all perfectly positioned, perfectly soldered in place. And I really like that add-on board for the fans back there. And, you know, the notched heat sink where you can run the wires out to the fans. You guys are going to love that. I think you can add 2 fans to it. Let's have a look back here. No, looks like we can actually add 3 fans depending on the size. You can either add 2 of the bigger fans or 3 of the smaller fans, it looks like. Fans I have are the bigger ones, so we could only add 2 back here. Besides, you've only got 2 connections, so you'd want the 2 bigger fans anyway. All right. Another thing I like about the President radios is they do use, it's not a regular channel selector, it's a encoder. So I've never had any trouble with these. So it's the very high quality encoder on these, and it works every time. I think it uses a gray code. It's a gray code encoder. If I'm not mistaken, I took a Lincoln here a while back apart and looked at the encoder, and it appeared, it was a 4-lead, so it appeared to be a gray code encoder. So it worked. But I love these radios. The President makes some outstanding radios. Let's take a look at the back. Look at that heat sink. And that's part of the chassis. It's not bolted onto the back. It's actually made onto the back of the radio. Okay? Get you over here to my good hand so you don't get seasick. But what do we got there? We've got external speaker over to the right. Look there, a PA jack. Plus a Fox. Where you can use like a remote microphone, like if you're a truck driver. Hang it on your sun visor. Set the radio to Vox, and as you talk, it'll key the radio for you. The quality of these radios is just amazing. So much higher quality than what we were used to with all the other stuff coming out of China, and you know who I'm talking about. When they moved out of Taiwan and Malaysia, they went downhill. I mean, yeah, they were still working pretty good, but the quality was, wow, just not there. Well, you guys know that. Always had to look them over real good, still do, to make sure that things are not out of place. They've gotten a lot better here recently when they moved to Vietnam. When they first moved to Vietnam, a lot of their stuff was junk when it came out. Took a lot of time to get them where they ought to be. I had one 959 that came in, brand new. The whole, about a quarter of the printed circuit on the back of the board, like right in this area back here, I was pointing right there, right in this area right here, was just totally gone. Okay, and the way they fixed it was wires. And this was a brand new radio. Needless to say, it got sent back and replaced. I couldn't believe they did that. But anyway, look at the quality of this. I'm a little biased. I like these radios. They're made by Quasang for President. The President specifies how they want the radio built. They're made in the same factory as the Anytone and the Striker radios. In fact, it's Quasang that makes Anytone and Striker. High quality radios coming out of that factory. And I love the way President designs these circuits and lays out these radios. You can tell that the guys doing this like radio. Now I know they want to sell stuff, but they also want to build what you want. And I think they got a pretty good idea of what we want. Okay? And almost forgot, you have a 2.1 amp USB port up here in the front of the radio where you can plug your cell phone in and charge it up if you want to. Let me put the covers back on it. We'll get a final shot and wrap up the video. Be right back. One other thing I wanted to show you guys was the frequency when you change the clarifier. Forgive me, I'm going to try to hold the camera still. You change the clarifier, the display on the front of the radio changes with it. Isn't that nice? So not only does your channel selector change the frequency, but also your clarifier when you slide around, so you know exactly where you are. And that purple is washing out, isn't it? Let me change this. It's like blue. Put that back on green. I prefer the green. Of course, I can change it to whatever color you want it when you buy it. These are going to be available in the store. In fact, they're already listed in the store. I'm pretty impressed by this radio. I'm going to buy one for myself. I need another radio like I need a hole in the head, but I really like these. So, you know, just like the George, I got to have one. I still got my original President Lincoln and the HR 2510. Still got them. Don't intend to get rid of them. My kids are probably going to have to get rid of them in an estate sale or something. But anyway, you know, I like to use different radios, play with them all the time. Haven't had time to do that here lately because you guys have been working me to death. But I do appreciate the business. And I appreciate every one of you that watches my videos and sends me emails.
I appreciate every one of you that has prayed for me. I appreciate the prayers. I really, really do. And I know they're helping because I'm getting better. So, 7-3, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you would, reach down and hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Y'all have a great week and a great weekend. 7-3, everybody. Stay safe.